After the Muslims crushed the greatest Persian army at the Battle of Al-Qadisiyah, the army of faith advanced like a destructive storm from God towards Ctesiphon, the heart of the crumbling Sassanid Empire. The sun was burning in the sky, as if witnessing a great event. The earth trembled beneath the hooves of thousands of horses, while the black banners fluttered in the hot wind like the wings of hungry eagles at the vanguard of this fearsome army. Leading it was Hashim ibn Utbah al-Mirqal, the one-eyed man who lost his right eye in the flames of Yarmouk, but his spirit grew stronger. One of the swordsmen. He rode his black steed with steady resolve, his sharp sword gleaming under the sun like lightning waiting to strike. Inside the breathtaking palaces of Ctesiphon, the Persian commander stood trembling. Despair turned into madness. The king shouted at them in anger, "These Arabs shall not enter our capital. If your swords do not stop them, then release the beast. Release the Lion of Khosrow." They opened the heavy iron cage doors with a sound like the screech of death. The collared lion emerged, the largest and fiercest beast in the empire. Its body like a moving mountain, muscles bulging under its skin, eyes burning with hellish fire, and its golden collar step. Its massive roar shook the earth and reached the ears of the Muslims like a declaration of coming death. The beast was unleashed toward the front of the Islamic army. The lion charged like a living nightmare, the ground shaking beneath it. Dust rose into the air, its white fangs gleaming like swords, and its claws sharp as daggers. Tension gripped the ranks, the front lines, and the horses began to tremble. Suddenly, the powerful neigh of a steed rang out. Hashim ibn Utbah charged from the ranks like an angry hurricane, leaping from his horse into the middle of the field. He drew his sword with a resounding slowness, and the sun exploded upon its blade. He raised his head, his single eye burning with the light of faith, and he shouted a cry that shook heaven and earth. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha, Allah Muhammad Rasulullah, Allah Muhammad Rasul, Allah. The lion turned toward him with hellish fury, opened its terrifying mouth, and leaped like an exploding rock. The legendary battle between man and beast began. The lion lunged with all its savagery, claws extended like death itself. Hashim swerved his body like the wind. He passed under the beast and buried his sword in its shoulder with a violent blow. He sent blood spraying into the air. The lion roared a terrifying roar that chilled the bones, turned with terrifying speed, and struck with its claws, tearing Hashim's armor and scratching his chest. Hashim shouted, "In the name of God," and responded with successive blows like a rain of iron. The lion tried to bite his neck, so Hashim raised his iron arm and pushed its jaw away with superhuman strength, then circled it and stabbed its back again and again. At the decisive moment, Hashim leaped with all his might onto the back of the massive lion. He raised his sword toward the sky as if drawing victory from God, then plunged it with all the fury of faith and courage into the beast's heart. He shouted, "Allahu Akbar." The lion let out one final agonizing roar, trembled violently, and fell dead to the ground, drenched in its blood. The Islamic army erupted in a takbir that shook the universe. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. As for the Persians, they stood in shock, and terror running through their veins like poison. A one-eyed man killed the Lion of Khosrow. These people are invincible. Saad ibn Waqqas stepped forward with the dignity of heroes. He dismounted from his horse. He embraced Hashim in front of the entire army. and kissed his head with great pride. Hashim smiled with the humility of the Sahaba. Then he bowed and kissed his uncle's foot and said, "Oh, my uncle, I am but servants of God, and you are our leader." Saad replied in a booming voice, You are the true Lion of God. May God bless you, Hashim al-Mirqal." The morale of the Persians collapsed completely. Al-Madain fell days later, and Jalula fell subsequently. As for Hashim, he continued writing history with his blood until he was martyred at Siffin. But he remained immortal in the memory of the nation. Hashim ibn Utbah al-Mirqal, a man with one eye, killed a legendary lion, defeated an empire, and proved to the world that faith is stronger than all monsters.